Hey everyone, it's Jeannie, and today is day 11 of our 2.0 money game. And today we get to put $11,000 into our account and spend it. So I really want to find out what you're doing with yours. We're getting some great feedback, and I have, just before I started recording this, I had a man text me saying, I get unexpected money all the time. He just got $13,000 unexpectedly. $13,000. How about that? And I just love these stories. I have another person is playing. She said that she decided to take her money, her $10,000 from yesterday, and to buy two $1,500 e-bikes to get some of her dental work done, like $3,000. Yay! And then to take $5,000 and to put it in her friends' accounts and just give people some money that they did not have, that they're struggling. And she said, it makes me feel so good. And she went, ta-da, which was yesterday, right? And then we also had somebody who said that she went and bought new clothes and new ski equipment and bought tickets for the slopes for next January. And she's also putting money into an account so that her kids can go along with them too. So how about that? But what I really want to talk with you today is how it really doesn't matter. In fact, this one person said this. She said, I was also reminded of a quote today that says, money is worth exactly what you use it for. We should beware that we are not judging others' purchases just because we wouldn't use money for it, and it doesn't mean that it wouldn't serve someone else to do it. And that is true. It's just a brilliant statement. Right before I made this video, I got a call from a friend, and she lives out of town, and she has another friend. She and her husband are friends with this other couple. And the woman had had a surgery about a month or so ago. And, the doctors were saying it's probably no big deal. Well, she got a call and said, come see a new oncologist. And she went, and this young oncologist looked at her and said, you need to get your affairs in order. We can't help you. So that was shocking. And so my friend was asking if we would partner with them as prayer partners. And of course, that's what we do. And I was reminded that health is the new wealth. If we don't get up and feel good and we can't take this body with us and do the things that we want to do and enjoy life, what's all the money worth? So with that in mind, I'm taking my money and I am buying several $1,000s, buying a BEMER, an energy device for my husband and myself. I'm also buying some water filtration systems for Casa 210, and I am purchasing and going to go to Dr. Joe Dispenza's week-long workshop. He's coming to Texas in October. So I plan to do that. And, a lot of people go there and they have huge discoveries about themselves. And many people have instantaneous healing. So, I just feel like this is a really good thing. Now, those of you who have been hearing me speak for years have probably heard this story, but it won't hurt you to hear it again. And those of you who have not heard it, it'll be good for you. So back in mid-century, last century, Dr. Eric Butterworth was the senior unity minister of the big church in downtown Manhattan in New York City. And he and his wife had an apartment in New York, and they were going to go for several weeks to Europe. And just then, before they left, their housekeeper got really sick. And so he said, unity is really big about affirmative prayer. So he wrote out this affirmation, I give thanks that my body is responding and da-da-da-da-da. And he said, here, this big flowery thing. He said, take this, and what I want you to do is say it with feeling several times a day, and, it will help restore your mind and your body to health. And she said, okay, thank you. Well, they got back a couple of weeks later, and he said, how are you feeling? And she said, I feel great. And he said, oh, that's so good. I am really glad that I could participate with you in your healing. And she said, you know, Dr. Butterworth, I have to be really honest with you. As soon as you and Mrs. Butterworth left, I lost that piece of paper. I couldn't find it anywhere. I looked high, I looked low. It was nowhere to be found. And so she said, I knew that the whole idea was for me to affirm that I'm well. And so I just walked around the apartment saying, oh, hell, I'm well. Don't you love that? Oh, hell, I'm well. And she was. So, with that in mind, I want to give you a little song because we know that when we sing things, it goes in deeply. That's why advertisers use jingles. And so, this is to the tune of Shortening Bread. And it goes like this. Every little cell in my body is healthy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is healthy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell of my body is healthy and well. I'm so glad every little cell of my body is healthy and well. So feel free to sing that healthy song. Also sing the money song. Lift yourself up. Make sure that you are feeling good. Tell us what you're spending your money on. What kind of realizations are you having? Are you enjoying this? Because I sure am. I'm having a great time. So with that in mind, let's just take the energy in our body and in the universe. Let's bring it into our heart center. Bring the brain down through the pineal gland, what you want and what you're thinking. Ramp up the energy in your heart and burst it out into the universe where it is received and it is responded to. Now let's do this one more time, and we're going to send it out to our circle in this class and also in the world. So let's just bring that heart energy into our heart. Bring in the mind energy. Ramp it up and send it out in a big burst to anyone who needs this. Hold them up. See them getting the desires of their heart. Tomorrow we are going to have $12,000. And I want you to be thinking about, what are you doing with it? Are you still having a good time? What's coming up for you? Sometimes when we get to this stage, it starts pushing our buttons. So I really do invite you to think about what you're doing. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you tomorrow.